He saved her brother's life, but when he fell in love with her, he risked his own career, love or profession. Elena Martinez was a beautiful and intelligent 29-year-old elementary school teacher. Her long auburn hair shimmered with golden highlights in the sunlight, and her green eyes carried a warm, sincere expression. Medium height with graceful posture and a warm smile, she was a woman who touched everyone around her. The center of Elena's life was her brother Michael, who was 3 years younger. Michael Martinez was a talented 26-year-old software engineer. After losing their parents in a car accident when Elena was 18 and Michael was 15, Elena had raised him. There was a bond between them that went beyond siblinghood. Elena had been both sister and mother to Michael. Under difficult economic conditions, she worked 2 jobs to put Michael through school, doing everything she could for him to succeed. It was a normal Sunday morning. The spring sun was filtering through the windows, and the chirping of birds created a peaceful atmosphere in the house. Michael was going to work on his motorcycle. There was overtime on the new project he had taken on. Elena tried to stop him while preparing breakfast in the kitchen. "Michael, why are you working on Sunday? Give yourself a break. Don't exhaust yourself like this. Sis, this project is very important. We're doing it for the company's biggest client. I have to finish it or I might lose my job. Michael, you're a very talented engineer. It's impossible for you to lose your job. Competition is intense, sis. I constantly need to prove myself." Elena went to her brother and touched his shoulder. "At least be careful. Riding a motorcycle in this traffic is very dangerous, especially on Sundays. People are more careless." Michael looked at his sister's worried face. Elena's love and protectiveness for him was evident on her face. "Don't worry, sis. I'm a very careful rider. Besides, I bought a new helmet. My safety equipment is complete." "Okay, but please don't speed. If you're not in a hurry, go slowly." Michael kissed his sister on the cheek. "I promise. Don't worry, and when I come back tonight, you can make that amazing lasagna of yours, okay?" Elena smiled. "Of course, with lots of cheese, just how you like it." 2 hours after Michael left the house, Elena was cleaning when the phone rang, an unknown number. As Elena looked at the phone, a bad feeling arose within her. "Hello? Is this Elena Martinez? I'm calling from Metropolitan Hospital emergency room about your brother Michael Martinez's traffic accident." Elena's world shifted. The phone almost fell from her hand. She had trouble breathing. Her heart was beating so fast that she felt pain in her chest. What happened to him? How? Where?" "He was in a traffic accident. His condition is serious. You need to come to the hospital immediately. He's being prepared for surgery." "Surgery? How serious is it? Is he going to die?" "Ma'am, please stay calm. I can give you details at the hospital. Please hurry." As soon as Elena hung up the phone, she grabbed her bag and rushed outside. Her hands were shaking, tears were streaming from her eyes. While getting into the taxi, she was constantly praying, "Please God, don't let anything happen to him. He's my everything." As the taxi sped toward the hospital, Elena was thinking about the past. Her mother's last words, "Elena, take good care of Michael. He's your responsibility now." She had carried this responsibility for 11 years. What would she do if Michael died? Metropolitan Hospital was a large, modern building. Elena ran to the emergency room. The emergency room corridors were filled with the smell of antiseptic and white lights. Everywhere was in chaos. Nurses were running around. Doctors were looking at patient files. Elena ran to reception. "Where is my brother, Michael Martinez? How is he? What happened to him?" The receptionist looked at the computer. "Michael Martinez. Yes, here he is. He was taken to the operating room. Heart surgeon Dr. Marcus Stone is operating. You can wait." "Heart surgeon? Was his heart damaged?" "The doctor will explain the details to you. Please go to the waiting room." Elena sat in the waiting room. The room was sterile and cold. Other patient relatives were also waiting anxiously. Hours passed, but the operation was still continuing. The more Elena looked at the clock, the more worried she became. Every passing minute was torture for Elena. Is it a bad sign that it's taking so long? She thought. What if they can't save him? What if I lose him? 4 hours later, the operating room door finally opened. A handsome doctor, about 35 years old, tall, athletic build, dark hair, blue eyes, came out. Despite sweat stains, his green surgical scrubs looked clean. He had a tired but determined expression. His face showed a serious but hopeful expression. "Michael Martinez's relative?" Elena jumped to her feet. Me? I'm his sister. How is he? Is he alive? Is he okay? The doctor looked at Elena. There was so much love in this woman's worried eyes that Marcus's heart trembled. This woman had reflected her love for her brother throughout her entire body. Her hands were shaking, her eyes were tearful, but she looked hopeful. I'm Dr. Marcus Stone. Your brother's surgery was successful. He's past the life-threatening stage. Elena's knees trembled. She almost fell. Tears began to flow like a flood. Really? Will he live? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. But we have a long recovery process ahead. There was serious damage to the heart valve. We repaired it. There were also fractures in the rib cage. We stabilized those too. He'll stay in intensive care for a few weeks, but his prognosis is good. Elena began crying uncontrollably. Thank you, doctor. Thank you. You saved his life. I don't know how to thank you. When Marcus looked into Elena's grateful eyes, he felt something strange. This wasn't just professional satisfaction. There was something very special about this woman. Her sacrifice, her love, her strength, everything could be read on her face. I did my job. Any doctor would have done the same. Now you can see your brother, but he's still sleeping. The anesthesia will take some time to wear off. Elena's eyes were filled with tears. Doctor, you're a real hero. Michael is my everything. I couldn't live without him. Marcus was very touched by this woman's sincerity. He had been working in his profession for years, but he had never seen such heartfelt gratitude. You seem very attached to your brother. He's like my son. After we lost our parents, I raised him. For 11 years, it was just the two of us. Admiration appeared on Marcus's face. This woman was only 29 years old, but had carried parental responsibility for 11 years. When Elena first saw Michael in intensive care, her heart ached. Her brother was connected to machines with dozens of cables and tubes on his body. The ventilator was making rhythmic sounds, but his chest was rising and falling regularly. He was alive. Elena approached Michael and held his hand. Michael, I'm here. Your sister is here. You're a strong man. You'll get through this. Dr. Marcus entered through the door. The first 24 hours are critical, but his vital signs are stable. That's a good sign. When will he wake up? The anesthesia will wear off in about 6 to 8 hours, but his body needs to rest. We might continue to keep him sedated. Can I stay here? Of course. Family support is very important for recovery. In the following days, Elena never left the hospital. She didn't leave Michael's side, constantly talking to him. She had taken leave from school administration and spent all her time at the hospital. She ate at the hospital cafeteria and slept in the visitor's chair. Dr. Marcus also checked at least 3 times a day. He was observing Elena's sacrifice. This woman was truly special. On the 3rd day, Dr. Marcus talked to Elena. You're very devoted to your brother, but you need to rest too. If you continue like this, you'll get sick. I'm fine, doctor. What matters is Michael. But Michael needs you healthy, not a sick sister. Elena smiled. She could see how caring this doctor was. He cared not only about his patients, but also about patient relatives. You're a very kind-hearted doctor. Such doctors are rare. Marcus was touched by this praise. Thank you. Actually, you're also a very strong woman. Very few people can make such sacrifice. I have no other choice. Michael is my responsibility. No, this isn't responsibility. This is love. Very great love. Elena saw sincerity in Dr. Marcus's eyes. This man was truly understanding. They talked a little more each day. Marcus was learning Elena's story and admiring her strong spirit. Elena was also seeing what a caring and good heart Marcus had. On the 5th day, Elena asked Dr. Marcus, "Why did you become a doctor? Was it your childhood dream?" My father was also a heart surgeon, but he didn't force me. The real reason I wanted to touch people's lives, to save them, heal them, give them hope. It's a very noble profession. You really save lives. You're like an angel to me. These words touched Marcus's heart. Every word from Elena was very meaningful to him. There was such sincerity in this woman that Marcus felt very comfortable talking to her. So why did you become a teacher? I love children very much. Also, teaching is a flexible profession. I could spend more time with Michael. Again, for your brother. Always for him. But I'm not complaining. He makes me happy. Marcus better understood how selfless this woman was. She had completely dedicated her life to her brother. On the 6th day, Michael opened his eyes. Elena was sitting right beside him. When Michael saw his sister, he tried to smile. "Sis, are you here?" Elena started crying with joy. "Of course I'm here. How are you?" Does it hurt? I feel very tired. What happened to me? You had an accident, but you're fine now. Dr. Sus Marcus saved you. Dr. Marcus entered the room. His face lit up when he saw Michael. Michael, welcome back to us. How do you feel? Doctor, I heard from my sister. You saved my life. It doesn't matter, Michael. Now let's focus on your recovery. We have a long but successful process ahead. In the following weeks, Michael was getting better day by day. Elena still wasn't leaving the hospital, spending time with her brother. During this process, she had also become closer to Dr. A. They talked during coffee breaks and walked in the hospital garden. Marcus was very touched by Elena's story. This woman had taken on great responsibility at a very young age. Elena, have you ever thought about getting married? Elena was surprised. This question was very personal. I thought about it, of course, but I was so busy taking care of Michael that I couldn't establish a long-term relationship. But now Michael has grown up. He can stand on his own feet. Yes, but it's become a habit. I don't know how to live any other way. Marcus admired Elena's sacrifice, but he was also sad. This woman hadn't lived her own life. Elena, can I tell you something? Go ahead. You're a very special woman, selfless, strong, beautiful. You should think about your own happiness too. Elena's cheeks turned pink. Was Dr. Marcus giving her a compliment? In the second week, Dr. Marcus started behaving more intimately. He was showing special interest in Elena, trying to spend more time with her. One evening, when the hospital was quiet, Marcus and Elena were sitting in the hospital cafeteria. The cafeteria had emptied, only they were there. On their table were 2 cups of coffee and a book that Elena loved to read. Elena, can I ask you something personal? Sure, go ahead, Marcus. Elena was now addressing him by his first name. This closeness made Marcus happy. Are you with anyone right now? Do you have a boyfriend? Elena was surprised by this question. Her heart started beating faster. No one has been in my life for a long time. I was so busy taking care of Michael that I couldn't make time for myself. Don't you ever feel lonely? Sometimes, but Michael is there. He's enough for me. Elena, don't you ever think about yourself, your own life, your own happiness? What do you mean? Love, affection, being together. Don't you want to experience these? Elena remained silent for a long time. I do, of course, but I haven't found the right person. What should the right person be like? He should be understanding, he should accept Michael, he should be trustworthy, and he should have a good heart. Marcus thought that the person Elena described was himself. What would you do if you found someone like that? I don't know. These conversations are a bit strange, Marcus. You're my doctor. Marcus took courage. Elena, beyond our doctor-patient relative relationship, I see you as a woman, and I'm very impressed by you. Elena's heart raced. Was Marcus expressing his feelings to her? Marcus, Elena, I know this isn't ethical. I'm a doctor, you're a patient's relative, but I can't control my feelings. The more I get to know you, the more impressed I become. This is a very complicated situation, Marcus. Michael is still a patient. Michael is recovering. He'll be discharged soon. Maybe then. Then what? Marcus looked into Elena's eyes. Then can I ask you out? Elena remained silent for a long time. She liked Marcus very much, trusted him very much. This man had saved her brother's life. But was this right? Was it ethical? Marcus, I also feel special things for you. You're a very good person, but this could endanger your career. Am I worth such a risk? Marcus gently took Elena's hand. Elena felt electricity at this touch. I can risk everything for you. This moment was very romantic. In the hospital cafeteria at midnight, 2 hearts were opening up to each other. Outside, the city lights were twinkling. Inside, these 2 people were taking the first steps of love. But someone was watching this romantic moment. Nurse Sarah Johnson had been secretly in love with Dr. Marcus for a long time. Marcus never noticed, but Sarah was trying to show her love for him. Elena's arrival had changed everything. When Sarah saw this scene, she went crazy with jealousy. She felt pain in her heart. Marcus had never looked at her this way. There they are. Dr. Marcus is flirting with a patient's relative. Sarah immediately went to head nurse Linda Watson. Linda, Dr. Marcus is committing an ethical violation. He's with a patient's relative. What are you saying, Sarah? Are you sure? I saw it with my own eyes. They were holding hands in the cafeteria. They were very close. This isn't ethical. Linda was surprised. Dr. Marcus was a very disciplined doctor. Maybe you misunderstood. No, Linda, they were definitely flirting. This situation should be reported. This news began to spread rapidly in the hospital. It started being whispered that Dr. Marcus had an inappropriate relationship with a patient's relative. Meanwhile, Dr. Victoria Hart was the assistant chief of medicine. She was a 42-year-old, disciplined and ambitious woman. She secretly envied Marcus's brilliant career. He was the closest candidate to becoming chief of medicine at a young age. She wanted to turn this situation into an opportunity. Victoria found Professor David Wilson. Professor David, I'm hearing disturbing news about Dr. Marcus. What is it, Victoria? Marcus is our most valuable surgeon. It's said that he's having an inappropriate relationship with a patient's relative. This is against hospital policy. Is this allegation serious? There are several witnesses. Nurse Sarah, security guard Tom, cleaning staff Maria, they all say they saw them together. Professor David Wilson was an experienced 58-year-old hospital director. He loved Marcus like a son, but the hospital's reputation was more important than anything. This is a very serious allegation. It needs to be investigated. Call Marcus. Let's talk. Marcus was called to Professor David's office. The office was large and impressive. The walls were filled with medical diplomas and awards. Marcus, sit down. We need to talk about a serious matter. Go ahead, sir. There are some allegations about you. Marcus's heart raced. What kind of allegations? It's said that you're having an inappropriate relationship with patient's relative Elena Martinez. Marcus was shocked. Had the news spread so quickly? Professor David, Marcus, stop. Listen to me. You're this hospital's most valuable surgeon. You're a doctor with a bright future. Don't risk your career with something like this. But sir, feelings. Feelings shouldn't come before your profession, Marcus. You took the Hippocratic oath. Having a relationship with a patient's relative is an ethical violation. Maybe after Michael is discharged. No, Marcus. Never. End this relationship. This isn't easy, sir. It doesn't have to be easy. Being a doctor isn't an easy profession. It requires sacrifice. Marcus was in a very difficult situation. On one hand, the woman he loved. On the other hand, the career he had built for years. That evening, Marcus called Elena. His voice was very sad. Elena, can we meet? I need to talk about something very important. Marcus, Please, Elena, one last time. I want to explain everything to you. Elena hesitated but agreed. Okay. Where? The same place. Hospital Park. When Elena came to the hospital park, she found Marcus sitting on the bench. His head was down. He was very thoughtful. When Elena approached him, Marcus stood up. Marcus, what happened? I'm very worried. Elena, we're in a very difficult situation. What kind of situation? We're being talked about at the hospital. They found out about our relationship. Complaints are starting to come. Elena was surprised. Complaints? Why? They say it's an ethical violation. Doctor-patient relative relationship is forbidden. So what will happen now? Marcus remained silent for a long time. Then he looked into Elena's eyes. Elena, maybe we should end this relationship. Elena's world collapsed. What are you saying? The hospital director warned me. Either I'll end this relationship or I'll be fired. So what? What have you decided? Marcus lowered his head. Elena, being a doctor is my life. I studied for 15 years, gained 10 years of experience. I'm very close to becoming chief of medicine at this hospital. Elena's eyes filled with tears. I understand. You're choosing your career. Elena, you're a very special woman, but I'm not special enough, am I? Tears began streaming from Elena's eyes. Elena, please understand, this isn't an easy decision. Marcus, I never forced you. You've been making the right decision from the beginning. Elena turned and left. Marcus ran after her. Elena, wait, please. But Elena didn't turn back. Her heart was shattered. In the following days, Marcus and Elena didn't see each other. Marcus was very unhappy, but he had made his decision. His career was more important than anything. Michael continued to recover. He noticed that his sister was sad, but didn't know the reason. Sis, you've been very quiet the last few days. Is there a problem? Nothing, Michael. Focus on your recovery. Is it about Dr. Marcus? He was also very quiet during the last checkup. Do you have a problem with each other? Elena didn't say anything, but Michael understood. Something had happened between his sister and the doctor. Meanwhile, Marcus's behavior at the hospital had changed. He had become colder, more distant. He wasn't as concentrated during surgeries as before. His colleagues had noticed this change. Dr. Victoria was pleased with the situation. Her plan had worked. Marcus, you made the right decision. Your career shouldn't end with such nonsense. Victoria, please let's not talk about this subject. But I was right, wasn't I? That woman wasn't at your level. You're an elite doctor. Marcus didn't answer, but he was starting to feel remorse inside. He missed Elena. A week later, a new heart attack case came to the emergency room. A 65-year-old man, Robert Williams. His condition was very critical. Marcus went into surgery, but this time everything went wrong. During the surgery, he experienced lack of concentration. He kept thinking about Elena, her sad face, her tears, her broken heart. In a moment of distraction, he made an important mistake, and the patient had serious complications. The surgical team intervened quickly. The patient was saved, but Marcus felt terrible. This mistake could have cost a patient's life. When he came out of surgery, his hands were shaking. In his 15-year career, he had never made such a big mistake. Professor David urgently called Marcus to his office. Marcus, did you have a problem during yesterday's surgery? Marcus lowered his head. Yes, sir. I had a concentration problem. This isn't like you. What's happening to you? Sir, I'm in a very confused state. I can't stop thinking about Elena. Still that woman? Didn't you end this relationship? I ended it, sir, but I'm very unhappy without her. I can't focus during surgeries. Professor David looked at Marcus with compassion. This young doctor was really suffering. Marcus, you're a very valuable doctor, but an unhappy doctor can't be a good doctor either. This will affect patient outcomes. What should I do, sir? Maybe you should talk to that woman. Marcus was surprised, but you said it was forbidden. Marcus, I may have thought wrong. You can't see her because she's a patient's relative. But after her brother is discharged, she won't be a patient's relative. So, after her brother is discharged, there won't be an ethical obstacle. Then you can have a personal relationship. Marcus's face lit up. Really, sir? Yes. But first, pull yourself together. Make up for these mistakes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Marcus's hopes were revived. Only 1 week remained until Michael's discharge. During this time, Elena was also very unhappy. She loved Marcus, but he had chosen his career. She couldn't even properly care for her students at school. One evening, Michael decided to have a serious talk with his sister. Sis, we need to have a serious talk. About what, Michael? About Dr. Marcus. You love him, don't you? Elena was surprised. Her brother had understood everything. Why do you think that? Because the change in both of you is very obvious. Elena, you've been unhappy since I came, and he's been very cold during the last checkups. Michael, this is a very complicated situation. Sis, please be honest. You love Dr. Marcus. Elena nodded. Yes, I love him. But he chose his career. Are you sure? Maybe he was forced to. Maybe it's because of hospital policies. What do you mean? Sis, for 11 years, you sacrificed for me. You even thought of me when choosing school. You thought of me when choosing a job. You thought of me regarding marriage. Elena listened to her brother with tearful eyes. It's my turn, sis. Your happiness is important. If you love Dr. Marcus, go and talk to him. But he rejected me, Michael. Maybe he regretted it. Maybe without you, he realized what a wrong decision he made. Michael's words gave Elena hope. What do you say? Should I go and talk? Definitely, but wait for me to be discharged first. As long as I'm a patient, there's an ethical problem. Elena was amazed at how smart her brother was. The discharge day came. Michael was now in a condition to receive home care. His heart functions had returned to normal. He could walk and do his normal activities. Dr. Marcus did the final checkup. Everything is perfect, Michael. You can now return to your normal life. Just avoid heavy lifting. Thank you, doctor. You saved my life. I'll never forget this kindness. It was my duty. Continue to be healthy. Michael gave his sister a meaningful look. Elena went outside. Michael and Marcus were alone. Doctor, can I talk to you privately? Sure, Michael. About what? About my sister. Marcus's heart raced. What do you mean? Doctor, you love my sister, don't you? Marcus was shocked. Was it that obvious? Michael, Doctor, you don't need to lie to me. You know how much my sister loves you. You love her too. It's obvious from everything. But because she was a patient's relative, she's not a patient's relative anymore, doctor. I'm being discharged. Marcus understood. Michael was right. Michael, but I hurt her. I chose my career. Doctor, I've known my sister for 29 years. She's a very understanding woman. If you explain the situation, she'll understand. Are you sure? I'm very sure, but I have one condition. What is it? Make her happy. My sister sacrificed a lot for 11 years. She never thought of herself. It's your turn. Marcus smiled. I promise, Michael, I'll make her very happy. Then go and talk to her. After Michael left the hospital, Marcus immediately called Elena. His hand was shaking. Elena, can we meet? I need to talk about something very important. Marcus, please, Elena, one last time. I want to explain everything to you. Elena hesitated but agreed. Okay. Where? The same place, Hospital Park. When Elena came to the hospital park, Marcus was waiting for her. This time he had brought flowers, white roses. Marcus, why these flowers? Elena, first I want to apologize. I made a very big mistake. What are you apologizing for? For leaving you, for choosing my career, for causing you pain. Marcus, you did the right thing. Your career is important. No, Elena, I did wrong. I can't practice medicine without you. I can't concentrate during surgeries. I'm endangering patient safety. Elena's heart raced. What do you mean? Last week, I made a big mistake during surgery. I was thinking about you. The patient had complications. Is it serious? Very serious. At that moment, I realized that if you're not there, I can't be a doctor. Elena's eyes filled with tears. Marcus, Elena, Michael is no longer a patient. The ethical obstacle is gone. I can be with you. Really? Yes. Professor David is even supportive now. Marcus knelt in front of Elena and took out a ring. Elena Martinez, you're the meaning of my life. Without you, I can be neither a doctor nor a man. Will you marry me? Elena was shocked. She wasn't expecting this at all. Marcus, this is so sudden. I know it's sudden, but I don't want to lose you. I don't want to make a mistake again. Elena remained tearful. But your career? My career makes sense with you. If you're not there, even if I become the most successful doctor, I'll be unhappy. Elena thought for a long time. Then she smiled. Yes, Marcus. Yes, I'll marry you. Marcus stood up and took Elena in his arms. He spun her around and kissed her. This kiss was the kiss of long waiting, separation, and reunion. People around were applauding. Hospital staff was also watching this romantic moment. Everyone was happy. Dr. Victoria was watching from afar. She was jealous, but there was nothing she could do anymore. Nurse Sarah was also watching. She was crying, but Marcus's happiness made her happy too. Professor David was also watching from the window. He was smiling. Love always wins, he murmured. 6 months later, Marcus and Elena got married. Their wedding was held in the hospital garden. All hospital staff, Elena's teacher friends, and Michael's work colleagues came. Michael was the best man. He was very happy. In his speech, he said, Sister, for 11 years you lived for my happiness. You finally found the happiness you deserve. Marcus, my sister is entrusted to you. You must make her very happy. Elena replied tearfully, Without you, this wouldn't have been possible, Michael. You taught me about life. Dr. Victoria even came to the wedding. She apologized to Marcus. Marcus, I'm sorry for what I did to you. I was blinded by jealousy. You're really a good doctor and a good man. It's in the past, Victoria. Now we're all friends. Professor David officiated the wedding ceremony. Marcus and Elena, your love has brought blessings to the hospital too. When you're together, everyone is happier. A year later, Elena became pregnant. Marcus was very happy. When he made the announcement at the hospital, everyone applauded. Will the baby be a doctor? Michael joked. Maybe it will be a teacher, Elena said. Both are beautiful professions, Marcus said. During pregnancy, Marcus was very caring. He provided special medical care for Elena. He had prenatal education classes open at the hospital. When their son, David, was born, Marcus's happiness was complete. We named him after Professor David. He supported us, helped us find each other. Professor David was very moved. This is a great honor for me. As David grew up, he loved coming to the hospital. He knew the doctors and nurses. He had become everyone's favorite. 5 years later, Marcus became assistant chief of medicine. Elena also started working as the hospital's education coordinator. She established support groups for patient relatives. We're working together now, Marcus said. This time it's not an ethical violation, Elena laughed. Michael also got married and became a father. Elena was experiencing the happiness of being an aunt. Sister, if that accident hadn't happened, you wouldn't have met Marcus. You're right, brother. Sometimes bad events bring good results. Your accident brought me the love of my life. I also found great love. My wife, Sarah, is very understanding. We're both lucky. 10 years later, Marcus became chief of medicine. Elena also moved to a senior position in hospital management. David had grown up to be a smart child. Dad, I'm going to be a doctor too, David said. Are you sure, son? Yes, I want to save people, just like you do. Marcus was proud. Then you'll have to work very hard. I'm ready, Dad. You're my role model. Elena became pregnant for the second time. This time they were expecting a girl. What should we name her? Marcus asked. How about Grace? It means elegance and grace. Perfect, Grace Elena Stone. When Grace was born, the family was complete. David loved his sister very much. 15 years later, David got into medical school. Marcus and Elena were very proud. Dad, I want to be a heart surgeon too. It's a very difficult field, son, but you'll succeed. You'll be my guide. 20 years later, David graduated from medical school and started his internship at Marcus's hospital. Dad, you're my pride. I want to be a doctor like you. You'll be better than me, son. Grace also grew up and decided to become a teacher. I want to be like Mom. I want to be useful to children. Elena was very happy. You're my princess. When Marcus retired, Elena also retired. They started traveling together. Marcus, if Michael's accident hadn't happened 25 years ago, we wouldn't have met. Destiny, Elena. We were created for each other. You saved my brother's life, but actually, you saved my life too. You also saved my life. Without love, I could be neither a doctor nor a human. Elena hugged Marcus. You're my hero. You're my miracle too. 30 years later, Marcus and Elena were still living a happy marriage. David had married and become a heart surgeon. Grace had also married and was teaching. Both had children. When telling their story to their grandchildren, they would say, sometimes the most difficult moments bring the most beautiful beginnings. Your grandfather saved your grandmother's brother's life, but the real miracle was finding each other. Their grandchildren would ask, Grandma, Grandpa, do doctors really save lives? Yes, Elena would say, but the greatest healing is love. And Marcus would add, the best prescription is having a place in the heart of the person you love. Michael had also become a grandfather. He often visited Elena. Sister, I'm still grateful for that accident. Why? Because that accident introduced you to Marcus. Now we're all happy. You're a very smart brother. Without you, Marcus and I couldn't have been together. I just said the right thing at the right time. Elena thought, Marcus came to save my brother's life, but he healed my heart. The biggest operation was the one he performed on my soul. Marcus also thought, I thought I would only give her medical help, but she taught me that love is life's greatest medicine. And this wasn't the end of the story, but the beginning, because true love is the greatest healing, the best prescription. Love heals wounds that even medicine cannot treat.